What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens episode summary slash preview analysis. Today, guys, we are going to be going over the episode 14 summaries in the preview. And guys, I am very excited to begin into this, as this is going to be the beginning of the next arc for Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. If you guys don't remember, episode 13 was the last episode of the first arc, the Birth to Rush Duels arc, I guess is what we're going to be calling that. That arc ended a week ago, and now it's time to get into a new arc and kind of advance the story a little bit more. So I'm very excited, and without further ado, let's get right into this summary. So the summary for this episode is actually very simple, and I really do like it. I've been trying to read the Japanese for some reason, but this episode's pretty simple. It's called Roman's Kitchen. Yuga and Co. had won the team battle against Roman. However, Rook tells Roman that he won't talk to a traitorous undercover spy like her, and refuses to reconcile with her. Seeing that Roman is saddened by this, Yuga and Co. came up with a plan to get the two of them to make up with each other using hearty home cooking. It's time for some explosive cooking. And now for the cast list, which it's kind of nice seeing actually a shorter cast list. Like I think the last cast list had like 15 characters on it. It doesn't even have near that much. So the cast for episode 14 will be Yuga, Rook, Gakuto, Roman, Kaizo, Roa, Rons, and Renososuke, I believe is how you pronounce that, and drones. So, and by the way, for people that don't know who Rons and Renososuke is, those are the two like Gakuto servants that he has. And then the script was done by Yamaguchi Hiroshi. Excuse me. So, immediate thoughts of this summary. Right off the bat, I don't think any dueling in this episode. It just seems from what it is, it's just going to be more of a cooking type of episode. There's not going to be any dueling whatsoever, which I believe that if there's going to be dueling, it might still be Rook versus Roman. We might still have a duel. I really doubt it. Which I will say though, this is very interesting. Out of all of Yu-Gi-Oh that I've watched, and I've watched all of the series from Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters all the way to Vrains, I don't think I remember one time where a duel was resolved with or no, like a casualty or something like that, or something was done without dueling. I mean, example, in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Akiza was kind of going through a hardship after she basically watching Divine or Sayer in the dub die, and she was kind of having a struggle, and she was calling for Yusei's name. And I remember when her parents showed up, she kind of got all mad, and because he kind of was taking the parents' side, she decided to go and duel him. And instead of like talking things over, they solved the whole thing by dueling. So it definitely is going to be interesting not seeing a dueling episode to resolve a conflict. It really is interesting. Another interesting, real quickly, is Roa is actually in this cast list, which is very interesting. I will say this though, I think he's going to probably be in a flashback, unless it's like at the very beginning of the episode, because I really doubt he would be a part of the main group, but maybe he is. He didn't appear at all in the preview, so I really don't know. He might have just went in the house, like the Roman like invites him into the place they were staying at, and Roa doesn't care and he leaves. They could probably do something like that. I really doubt he's really gonna have any major things in this episode, but who knows? So this episode, it's really interesting. So Rook is still mad at Roman, which I'm not surprised at all. You kind of see him heated even during the duel between Yuga and Rook. Well, more so at the beginning, because you kept calling her a traitor and she kind of like shrugged it off, and now she's actually feeling the effects of what happened. And you gotta feel bad for Roman, but I also don't, because remember, she chose to betray them to just hide the fact that she was tone deaf, even though Yuga, he wasn't fooled by this. He figured out what was going on and what the blackmail was all about. So in the end, it was just a waste of effort. But anyway, so I feel like Rook isn't even gonna really be in this episode. I feel like he's gonna say like, you know what, I don't trust you anymore. I'm never gonna talk to you again. Leaves, makes Roman upset, and then Roman and Gakuto, Renz, and Renozosuke is going to be like helping her with the cooking. And the reason why I left Yuga out was because Yuga's with Kaizo. I don't know what in the world they're doing. Though it's kind of funny that Kaizo is like driving this kind of like machine kind of thing, almost like a mech in a way. So that's kind of really funny. Yu-Gi-Oh and mech. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be seeing that at the at the very end. I mean, we haven't seen like a mech since the very first scene in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, so maybe Kaizo is kind of predicting that going to be happening further down the line. Who really knows? But honestly, there really isn't anything that's much to talk about. It's just going to be all about cooking. It definitely is going to be an interesting episode, especially for me because there's really only two things that have interested me throughout Yu-Gi-Oh. There's been three, but I'm not counting that one in this series because it kind of has to do with the graphics, and that's just because of the whole studio. I'm not gonna judge about that. But the two main things I've loved about Yu-Gi-Oh is their stories and the duels. I really do like watching the duels in the series. So was it not really? Because I don't think it's gonna be a dueling episode. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's probably just gonna be all about this cooking. But I'm still gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm still gonna give it a chance, even though I feel like it's not gonna really progress unless they do like they've been doing and like doing it at the very end, like a 20-second scene of when the world is going on, maybe even shorter than that. I don't think it's that, maybe like a 10-second scene or something like that of something with the main antagonist or something like that. They probably would do something like that, or nor are the dueling. But again, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do that's not dueling wise and see how this conflict is resolved. Obviously, the conflict is going to resolve. I feel like if it doesn't, there's just no point of the episode, I guess is the best way to describe it. I don't think it would make any sense for them not to resolve the conflict after this, especially since episode 7 had it where Mimi was trying to give the gifts to kind of get in with the group, and one of the gifts, or the gift that Rook got, was sweets, and it seems like they're going to make sweets, or they say just a hearty home cooking, which I'm assuming it's going to be sweets. I mean, a lot of kids like sweets, so I guess that makes sense unless you make a mistake, which from that preview it looks like they're making some kind of cake, so I don't think it's a steak at all, but who knows? That would be weird if you're making a steak on a pot, though. Let me think more realistically, I guess. But that honestly is really much. I don't think there's going to be really much to this episode because, again, there really isn't dueling. There is no predicting a duel. Rook and Roman's going to be dueling. I think Rook just because of the fact he's undefeated in the series, and I feel like unless Roman goes in our hangry mode, which I hope would not happen, but it might if they ever duel. We would have to see what in the world goes on with that. But I just think where we at with Rook, I think Rook would probably win against Roman. But that's not even something to look into. But honestly, that really is it. I knew this one was going to be a little bit shorter of a video because, there really isn't much to talk about in this cast list because it's filler. I mean, filler's not going to really be talked about that much, but it's interesting to see how they're gonna do this. I'm really intrigued to see how this is gonna go. But guys, that is going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this episode summary and what you guys our predictions are going to be for this. Do you think there actually is going to be a duel, or do you don't think it's going to be and it's just going to be more fillerish? Would love to know you guys' thoughts on this down below. Now, before I end this video off, this is the first time I've ever done something like this, but I feel like I need to do this, honestly. I've been doing YouTube for over a year now. Really, not a full year because I took an 8th-month break due to some stuff that ended up happening in my life. I just kind of needed to take care of that first before I came back to YouTube. So that was kind of why, if you were at my channel since the very beginning, why I took an 8th-month break. Yes, I took an 8th-month break from doing content. I did Brains reviews before I did Sevens. Even that I had struggles because I didn't get every episode review out or summary / cast list analysis. I didn't get those videos out all the time. But I feel like I've been doing a lot better now that everything is calmed down. I was able to settle in a lot. So what I wanted to do is I decided to look back at all the comments that I've gotten over the last year now, because I've been doing YouTube for almost a year now. I think right now I'm at 11 months right now. I think I'm very close to a year. I think in September is when that year's, it might even hit at this point, but I wanted to kind of give a shout out to everyone that has commented on my videos, and I'll give shout outs to 3 subscribers. YouTube has only given me notifications for 3 subscribers, sadly, so I wanted to give shout outs to them. And I'll just do this for all the subscribers as well, and for all the people that have liked my video so far. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys brighten up this channel. Without you guys, I don't know what I would be at right now. My channel's doing 30 times better than I thought it would ever have gotten. Yes, if you look at my channel, you probably know where I was going with that, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It is doing 30 times better than I thought it was going to be. So I want to give a shout out to all the people that have commented on my videos, because you also brighten up the channel. I loved talking to you guys in the descriptions below. I've learned a lot of stuff about the community thanks to you guys. So I want to give a shout out to Rudy Kuno, Faradine, Anthony Thomas Jr., Celtic, the Sublime, and quick mention, I'm sorry if I pronounced your names wrong, okay? Yusei Jaden, Naiki Moore, Roa Kirishima, Gabriel Metcalfe, Olgrotha, Christopher B., Samantha Petal, JP Pohl, Underdog Chris, which was also a subscriber as well, so thank you for subscribing. Cedric Zanos, Michelle C. Fultz, Folkster J. Macarcio Bacardo, which is also a subscriber, so thank you for that as well. And for a subscriber that did not comment, but is a subscriber from the notifications, Daniel Correa. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. And again, for the people that did subscribe and I did not mention a name, thank you guys so much. I really cannot tell you enough. And if you're not subscribed and you just watch my videos, thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and watch my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. Even if you don't do anything, even if you're there for 5 minutes, at least you took time out of your day and think this would be an interesting video to look at. It really does mean a lot to me. But guys, I just wanted to do that real quick. We're in the start of a new arc, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see where this show goes and to see where this channel goes, to be completely honest with you guys. So let's continue strong. That's the best that I can say for this. Hopefully I can live up to you guys' expectations. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. We can now play the outro.